We have switch off the phone in the silent mode. That then but on it is really Already want to present. I first thought we seated and decided that we can start our event. The best time to start actually was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. In a world confronted by the dual challenges of climate change and energy security, renewable energy stands as a beacon of hope and solution paramount importance. As to convey for discussion, we find ourselves at a pivotal juncture where the urgency of transitioning to renewable energy sources has never before pronounced. The importance of renewable energy transcends the realm of environmental stewardship. It permeates our economic, social, and geopolitical landscape. In this dialogue, we will explore the compelling reasons why renewable energy holds a central role in shaping our future, examining far-reaching implications of its adoption for our planet, our societies, and the well-being of generations to come. Namaskaram, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all my present out there. I am Sana Gawar on behalf of Youth India Foundation, stand for you as your MC to today's panel discussion. Youth of India Foundation is known for its innovative campaigns since 2015. Several of its campaigns have been showcased at the United Nations General Assembly and recognized as among the world's top 5 campaigns by the youth. The organization holds special accreditations from the United Nations and played a pivotal role in the 2019 Youth Climate Action Summit at the UN headquarters in Europe, where it has advocated for the global Atlantic Day. It is a proud partner of World Bank. Out of 15 years of G20 Summit, Youth of India Foundation has played a key role in 4 G20s. We are the first civil society organization to host ISRO chairperson. We have more than 3 lakh volunteers present in 52 states. Another partnering organization is the World Federation of United Nations Association, also known as WUNA. WUNA is a global non-profit organization that serves as a dynamic platform for people and organizations engaged with and support the United Nations and its allies. WUNA places a strong emphasis on engaging with young people in UN-related activities. They encourage youth leadership and participation in global issues. The Bakuna Foundation was launched in India in 2016 by the late Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Srimati Sushma Swaraj, in accomplishing a stronger and more effective United Nations. So that this unique organization continues to be relevant to the hopes and aspirations of humankind in the years ahead. The moment we all were waiting for is here. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Monica Pai, officiating with City Manipal University. It is Vijayana Sharma, HOD of Humanities, Social Science, and Liberal Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, this university partner.
Okay. I thought you used to have that.
For us, we should try to.
Without any further delay, I would like to introduce you all to the man behind the event, none other than our founder himself, Mr. Khalid Sinha. A man with a vision to mobilize youth for a sound and sustainable future. Khalid Sinha is a global youth activist, community mobilizer, and strategist advocating youth engagement in the development of schools. Mr. Sinha is the co-founder of Youth for Green Hydrogen. He has mobilized youth for green hydrogen across the 8 plus countries. He holds a position as expert at the Chief Minister's Youth Internship Program for the world's largest youth governance model. He is also the expert advisor of Government of Madhya Pradesh. It is both an honor and privilege to welcome our visionary founder of Youth of India Foundation to the next. I would request you to select go forward and let us speak about.
I think it is indeed an honor to be here in Sikkim today. And for the very fact that you are here with first people like officiating BC, it reminds all the young people like sitting here that what scope that we have to believe in such visionary ideas. And I tell you, when I was coming up to Sikkim, one of the very interesting fact was, of course, when you come to Sikkim, you have to go to NGO, right? And you have to go to have the jhol momos in the NGO. And I think while I was there, while we were going up to the NGO, we met someone called Mr. Pinch. And as I was speaking, I was speaking with Arpan about the different cultures that every state has, especially when you mentioned about Madhya Pradesh. And it reminded me of Sikkim and the story yesterday. And I want to share this before I go to the opening remarks of why we are here. When I asked him what Pincho means, of course I didn't know what Pincho means. He told me Pincho is a word which gets divided Pin and Cho. In the Buddhist term, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, Cho means the prasad that any temple or any other religion would offer. And Pin is the companionship that two people have. And he said that in my culture, in Buddhism, Pincho is this companionship between the god or whomever he or she is worshipping with the human, taking forward with this prasad that comes along with the blessing that is given across. And then I went back to understand when I am from Siliguri. Sikkim is known as the motto of Sikkim is the conqueror of three worlds. And then the names like Pincho. It only reminds us that what cultures, every culture has to work. And with this, Sikkim has really been moving forward. If I have to share between 1947 till 2023, we have gathered $950 billion of foreign direct investment. And I will tell you why I'm talking about this today. Because a lot of us, sitting here, including myself, while I'm sitting in the last bench, and I think the story of every person sitting on here will hear more from Anmol and from a lot of others during the panel discussion. That it is a story of last bencher in the panel. And every last bencher somehow gets to the panel. I don't think this is going to happen here, but it has happened everywhere that I have traveled in 52 states and more than 50 countries, speaking with young people of every country. You talk about Europe, you talk about South Asia, you talk about Either going to regions like America, the western parts, or to Africa. Every young person who's sitting in the panel is from the last bench. I'm not saying the first benchers may not be there, but why I'm saying this is a lot of talk about what are the employment opportunities that are present. What can I do? Right? So now I'm talking about 1947 to 2023, we were able to get $950 of foreign direct investment. In the last 10 years, 950 is the number. In the last 10 years, we have got $550 of foreign direct. Now that's a big number in just last 10 years and in the last 70 years. Now, one interesting fact that because I come from CGP, proudly say this across the world, talking about the northeastern region part of India's success story and what opportunities that it holds. In Sikkim, we all know that it is just 0.2% of the India's total land boundary. The total foreign direct investment that has only come in Sikkim. Comparing the numbers that it has, it should be just $1 billion. This small state, maybe second or third in the numbers of geography or in terms of boundaries, it has attracted six times more than the size that it has, and it has attracted $6 billion. And when it has attracted $6 billion at the top level, it is young people like us from Sikkim who will be able to mobilize and move forward. And where has this investment come from? It has come in the green energy, the renewables, and so many more. While she mentioned, about the use of green hydrogen, that we were the first youth initiative. How many of you know Greta? Greta, who has got that climate action, right? She became the first person to mobilize this climate action. Our youth became the first youth movement in the world to start advocating about green hydrogen. And then 78 countries, young people came together. And the fun fact, out of many states in India, Sikkim became one of the leading and pioneering states in green hydrogen, where it has channelized in making the Greater Gangtok as one of the green hydrogen smart city pilot projects. And this can only happen when young people like you and me step forward and say that, boss, we know what green hydrogen is, and we can take a step forward. Now, I was in the UN, and someone said that, Salesh, where are you from? So, of course, I'm from Siliguri. And then some of us have drank tea and coffee in the mud glass. Pulhar, and there are a lot of many names that is come. And when we drink tea or coffee in that glass, after it is finished, what do we do? Yes, you're right. With all the fun, we take it to throat, and it breaks down. Now imagine you are in the United Nations meeting where 190 plus ministers of environment are present, and you give that glass to the Secretary General of United Nations. Can you guess what would he have said? Any guesses? Bob Marley said there's no right now, there's no middle. Any guesses? What would he have said? He said, handle is not there. But he said that this is the glass of the century. Now, a young person who drinks coffee or tea in that glass and throws it with all his mind, if a person like UN Secretary General says that it's the glass of the century, I would want to laugh loudly. So what I want to say that the world is waiting for everything which is present in this country. You just have to package it like people like Anmol are doing it. You have to package it and tell it to the world how they want to listen to the story. And I'm telling you, all of us to be successful entrepreneur, like the Chief Minister launched one home, one office. And I will not take more of this thoughts, but in the end, two major thoughts, and then I want to end here. Second, as a state, Sudeep sir here, he was mentioning that there's a lot of friends in Madhya Pradesh. And all of us know that Indore is one of the cleanest cities in India. Right? There's no second for the Now, a lot of people from the international community who comes here, because Youth of India Foundation proud partner or humble partner of a lot of international institutions and organizations, including a lot of governments. So anyone who comes here would like to host them. And the foundation gets that opportunity in hosting a lot of bigger leadership of the world that we have heard or seen. And while we host them, we have taken once to our international dignitary to the Madhya Pradesh. And he said that, Sailesh, this is a story that the world is going to hear. Clearest city of India, indoor. And when I look back, when I come back, Sikkim has to say it has the highest world's third largest peak, Kanchenjunga. It is known as the eco-friendly state. When single-use plastic was not even thought to be a poison, then the state told that we have to ban the disposable single-use plastic bags. It is known as the organic state of India. It is the world, sorry. It is known as the green state of India. There are so many success stories that Sikkim has. And who can amplify? Young people like you and I. It is through social media, through activism, through whatever we can do. The world's want to hear the story of the northeastern region. That the world wants to hear the story of the eastern part of the world. And I think if we take that leadership with institutions like Sikkim Manipal University, that can really move forward. And I'm so glad that today we are going to, as a foundation, we are very blessed, humbled, honored to be here in Sikkim at Sikkim Manipal University to hold this first ever panel discussion on youth accelerating trickling up renewables. And this is something which was launched in this year United Nations General Assembly, and this will go to COP in November, December COP in the COP 28. So thank you so much for once again for having me here, and for all the on behalf of all the foundation, once again it's a humble grant. Thank you.
For my express my heartfelt gratitude to the inspiring and thought-provoking opening remarks and have set the tone for the full event. Now, I would like to request our founder to present the total of appreciation to the Sikkim Manipal University.
Just take it from here. Please.
Now, privilege and honor to introduce you all our global advisory chairperson, Eric Sohem. The Sohem served as the sixth executive director of United Nations Environment Program and chairperson of Green Hydrogen, following an extensive career focusing on environment and development. Prior to joining United Nations Environment Program, Sohem was the chairperson of the Development Assistance Committee of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, where we raised 2% of the world's GDP as aid. Mr. Sohem has a combined portfolio of Norway's Minister of the Environment and International Development and served as Minister of International Development. Currently, he also is a lot of government advisory boards across the world and in some Indian states also. First, you all to wait for 2 minutes, so it's going to.
Hello, everyone. Namaste to people in Sikkim. I'm so happy to be able to. Burst recently, and also to people who may not have lost life but have lost property in this horrible incident. Hello, everyone. Namaste to people in Sikkim. I'm so happy to be able to be with you to speak today. I'm sorry I couldn't join you in person, but I hope to visit this beautiful state of India very, very soon. First of all, let me place my condolences to those people who lost their lives in the cloud burst recently, and also to people who may not have lost life but have in this horrible. Hello. Hello, everyone. Namaste to people in Sikkim. I'm so happy to be able to be with you to speak today. I'm sorry I couldn't join you in person, but I hope to visit. Be with people from Northeast India. This is one of the most amazing places in the world. Enormously varied nature, because some of the highest, tallest mountains on the planet. I think the third tallest mountain in the world is in Sikkim. State of Meghalaya, the water is even so clean that it looks like you're up in the air when you go by canoe at the rivers. So it's a wonderful, beautiful part of the world with a fantastic opportunity for tourism. Added, of course, is a very varied part of the world. I know that in Sikkim you have some amazing Ganesh and Hanuman temples. Hinduism is, of course, the core religion of Sikkim, but Buddhism, and in the entire Northeast, you have Christians, Muslims, and many other religious faith, Sikhs for sure, bringing this variety, which is India, and which is India Northeast. Today we'll speak about the fantastic potential in Northeast India, and in particular in Sikkim, for renewable energies. And I'm in fact in Bali in Indonesia at the World Hydropower Congress. President of Indonesia will come and speak in 1 hour from now. And Indonesia is going very fast into renewable energies. They will invest hugely, gigantically in hydropower, but also in solar and wind. And they will try to make a smart grid which can bring all these together. And just last week, Indonesia signed an agreement with China in the range of $55 billion. So this is not small, this is very, very big, to promote smart grid, solar power, and a lot more in Indonesia. So Indonesia is doing well, but there is lots and lots of important development in India as well. Sikkim, of course, is front and center in this because it's a state which already has an enormous development of hydropower. A huge percentage of the electricity grid is powered by hydro already, and the opportunities for more renewable power in Sikkim. And the Chief Minister has also launched an initiative, One Home, One Entrepreneur. And I guess the idea with this is to inspire the people of Sikkim to start businesses, to promote jobs, while at the same time going green. There is a sea change in the thinking in India these days, and that big change is led by Prime Minister Modi himself. In the past, the discussion in India was, do we want to develop or do we want to protect Mother Earth? And then, of course, those who said, we want to develop, we want to bring all Indians out of poverty, we want to create a big middle class in India, we want to create a prosperous, strong India, they always won out in that debate, and the environmentalists lost the debate. That was the past. That was the 20th century. Because in the future, the 21st century, there's no choice to be made between environment and development. We do both. We go into green energies, and we promote jobs and prosperity, and we are protecting Mother Earth all the same. In fact, going into green energy is now a triple, even a quadruple win. Solar is much cheaper than coal everywhere in the world. Wind is also cheaper than fossil fuels. So if you move from coal and fossil fuels into solar and wind, everyone understands it's better for people's health. I mean, we do not inhale the smoke coming from fossil fuels. Everyone understands it's better for Mother Earth because we don't destroy Mother Earth if we get our energy from renewables. But added, we also produce more jobs, more high quality jobs, and added to that, we even save money because renewable energies are cheaper than coal. So we get a surplus of money which we can invest in education or health or road building in northeast India. So it's really a quadruple win, win for health, win for environment, win for jobs and prosperity, and win for the state budget. So it's really not rocket science that we should go into the renewable future. And this is, of course, why Prime Minister Modi himself has put himself at front and center in this. And I admire his initiatives. He is doing a lot of the same as a nation like South Korea did when they developed from the poorest nation in the world to one of the richest nations in the world in one long generation. Back in the 1950s, South Korea was much, much poorer than Africa. Now South Korea is one of the richest nations in the world. What did they do? Well, they used the state as a vehicle to drive markets into social and green issues. And that's exactly what the Prime Minister is now doing, launching green hydrogen mission for India, electric batteries mission from India, electric vehicle mission for India, all these initiatives where the state gives support to the market, but where you leave it to business to drive. Because only business can drive the change in the scale and with the innovation we do need. A few months back, I visited Ola, as you would all know, the car sharing company, which have a fantastic green factory in Tamil Nadu at the border to Karnataka. 2,000 young Indian women, Tamil-speaking women, are making electric vehicles. And they have huge ambitions to conquer the world market. They say Tesla for the rest, Ola for the rest, meaning that India can produce for the world market in these green energies. So we have the political leadership in Delhi, but in many states, also in states which are not with the BJP, like Tamil Nadu or Telangana. The leaders there are not supporters of the BJP, but they also want to go green and to do it very fast. We have the political leadership, also in northeastern states like Sikkim and many others, and we have the market actors and business. So just to point out a few opportunities. Hydropower is a massive opportunity for green power, and Sikkim has already embraced it. But look, hydropower is it's a good opportunity to produce energy itself and put it into the grid in an environment-friendly way. But hydropower is also an opportunity for being the battery. Solar and wind will receive the biggest investments in the future energy mix. But some days the sun is not shining or it's cloudy, and some days the wind is not blowing. You need a battery. And then you can use hydropower to pump up the water when you get massive energy from sun, and then you can release it when the sun is not shining, or when the wind is blowing, you pump up the water. When it's not blowing, you release the water, and then you have a very integrated energy mix. The hydro is very, very central. And this, of course, can now be integrated with the best of high tech from the great information companies in India and the world. Second is solar. A few months back, I went to a place called Sanchi in Madhya Pradesh. In Sanchi, there was a very historical town. There is a 2,500 years old Buddhist stupa there from the time of Buddha himself. So people go there for tourism. But we went to see the solar power in Sanchi. And they have established a solar plant there. And that provides, yes, electricity to the city of Sanchi, but also green power to the farmers so they can pump the water without harming nature, because it's based on renewable energies when they do the water management. And it provided also street lighting to people. And I met a lot of women who appreciated that a lot, because they said, now I feel I'm much more secure walking out at night and then there's street lighting. So this solar project in Sanchi is really transforming this wonderful city. But the good news is, of course, it's not just this one city, Madhya Pradesh. This is happening all over India. And wind power is another big opportunity for India, maybe even biggest in the coastal states like Gujarat or Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has a fantastic potential for wind power, also maybe shared with Sri Lanka in the future. Because offshore wind is not harming birds and not harming people. Some people feel distressed by watching all the windmills, but if you do it offshore, that issue disappears. So here there are three major opportunities for India, but for the Northeast in particular: hydropower, solar power, and wind power, and the integration of these.
Thank you, sir, for your enthusiasm and expertise shown through your speech, and it was a pleasure to listen to you. I would now like to call on Mr. Pai, the officially VC SMU on podium to give the call from side.
A very good morning to all of you. Mr. Srivana and Mr. Shailesh, and all other faculty members and students. I'm really happy to be a part of this program, because I strongly believe that education is not just what you learn in the schools through the lessons and the curriculum. The education is something which you imbibe when you look around, and also you learn from anything and everything from everybody. To that extent, I'm really thankful to this foundation who has volunteered to come here and educate us about the things which we don't learn inside the classroom. In fact, quickly I learned two things from Shailesh. I myself didn't know what is green hydrogen. I didn't know other few things, so he enlightened me. So I'm really happy that way. I always, whoever is sitting next to me, whether it is in the flight or train or bus or even car, sometimes drivers have so much gyan to give. I learned so many things from drivers, right from auto rickshaw drivers to the car drivers and everybody. So if you just talk to people, and you will learn a lot. One of the such journeys, I was talking to a scientist. Of course, I had learned this in the classrooms, but I had forgotten probably. He said, you cannot destroy anything. I was surprised. What do you mean? We can burn things and destroy. We can, cut things and destroy. He said, you can destroy one form, but it will get converted into another form. So there will be net effect. So that really triggered my thought process to think that that's what exactly they are doing now. I saw such a beautiful mobile stand they had created from the waste material. There's nothing like waste. Actually, even when we die, either they bury us or burn us, but we will just get into another form, that's all. We are in this form now, 70 to 80% of us is water inside. We'll get back into the water. We are nothing but hydrogen, oxygen, urea, and other things in our body, and that will go back to that form. So, we have to learn this, how to derive energy from so-called wasteful things. And I think our ancestors were very brilliant. They always knew that sun is the source of energy. They gave the job God also, Surya Dev. Everything they called, when they didn't understand things and they thought something else more powerful than us, wind also considered was God, Varuna Dev. And now we create electricity from wind, from sun, and then fire, then water. Water is the softest element on earth, but it is the hardest, instrument. Other day I was watching in one of the videos that when the water is, jet through a particular speed or something like that, it can cut diamond. We thought diamond is the hardest, and that is the one which is used to cut other things. But water can cut diamond. Will you believe it? So water has got that, and such big rocks. How do this gravel? How does the sand form? It's through the water that comes to the force. So it can curve, it can carve the rocks. So we need to just understand the potential of each one of us. And you have seen, we have so much energy in ourselves. Have you seen those Kung Fu artists? They concentrate the energy and just with the wind, they can just break things. So they use their energy, they use the energy in the environment, and they can achieve things. So I'm really happy that something other than the usual curriculum. Are you happy or not to participate in this? It is happy from whatever you have been learning in the classroom, apart from chutti from classroom and sitting there and watching mobile, whatever you can do. It is actually important to learn something different than the routine. And thank you once again. That much I would like to conclude. Please be aware of the energy. We cannot waste the energy, and we have to conserve the energy for not only ourselves, for the generations to come. And that way I'm so happy that I'm in Sikkim. Our campus was always one of the greenest campuses during the recently held NAC accreditation. And you don't have to all the time create new things. For example, simple things like changing the switch. That's what I learned. We had an expert who called. You change the switch, you change the bulbs to LED bulbs, or you just instead of putting one switch for 10 bulbs. Now, because when I switch on one switch, all the 10 bulbs will switch on. You keep switch for each bulb. Sometimes we try to save on the switch, but we don't understand that we are actually losing so much of energy. Just closing the tap, all these simple things go a long way in conserving the energy. So I hope you will all do that. Thank you very much.
I think, sir, the message that you get, this could be the best opening remarks to any of the energy discussion. You reminded of us, our ancestors, and the great book of cradle to cradle, that everything is just energy changing in its form. And I think this discussion is all about energy, and I'm so glad that you made that remark and you were so persistent about water that all we have to do is keep people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. You truly held the audience attention with your engaging speech. The dedication to the topic was evident, and we are grateful for your contribution. As I said, education is not that we learn, it's not only that we learn in the classroom. Our founder, Mr. Naresh Singhal, with a vision to prepare the youth of the future, has conducted many campaigns and events in which Youth of Future Foundation has directly skilled 10,000 young people in digital literacy and over 100,000 indirectly. This report will be sent to the UN headquarters, so we would like to launch it here today in this official event.
Take one camera.
Thank you.
I would like to introduce you all Mrs. Sushma Baswaraj. She is a passionate professional with over 12 years of experience in the IT industry. A true engineer at heart, always inquisitive, she has filed more than 80 disclosures at Dell, 23 submitted at US PTO with 21 granted patents. She was invited for Michael Dell annual patent dinner at Dell headquarters in Austin, Texas, for filing highest number of authorized disclosures for her organization. She has also won Best Dell Product Group Innovation for 2 years in a row. The stage is all yours, ma'am.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Sushma. We can hear you.
We can hear.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you're audible.
Can bring up better. Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, my apologies. I'm not going to be on video. I'm at a place where I don't have good connections, but thank you very much. So I could not hear all of you announcing my name because I was told that I'm supposed to be there at 12, but looks like I'm called in early. Sailesh, can I begin?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much. My name is Sushma Baswaraj and I work for Salesforce. I work as sustainability lead for India. It's been over a year, but I have 20 plus years of experience working with the CXOs across organization. I'm very glad and honored to be part of all of you. And to Youth of India, thank you very much for partnering with us in this Solar Blazer project. Shailesh, you've been an awesome partner. And it is very motivating to see youth coming forward to lead some of these climate justice projects. And this is our first one, experimenting to electrify a village through solar power, all the way back in Hyderabad. I'm based in Bangalore, but it brings me great joy to come be part of the village to see how we can transform it using solar power for the future. So Shailesh and team, kudos to all of you to what you're doing. And today all of you are in Sikkim, trying to listen into this project, trying to help Mother Nature. And that it takes a great effort to be that way. So thank you for it. More so in Salesforce, we added climate justice as part of the CSR philanthropy effort last year. And a lot of corporates are coming forward to address various issues related to the nature as well with those funds. Earlier, traditionally, I think it used to be all around education, healthcare, but giving us an opportunity to add climate justice to utilize those funds for corporates is like a good breakthrough into the environment and to lead some of the sustainability efforts. That's how our journey began last year. And we did a biodiversity project in Bangalore. We restored about a 15.5-acre lake, and we built the entire ecosystem in the community. We increased the water holding capacity. So that's the first project. We're also doing another lake in Hyderabad, and I'm very happy to share that I'm leading that effort as well. And also the solar blazer project in Hyderabad. And we're also doing an afforestation project in Mumbai, where we have taken the pledge to take care of 33,000 plus saplings. So these are all some of the climate justice investments that corporates are making. And I think it's a great shift for a lot of them to come forward. And that's where our journey is. And we hope to do more. And what I request the entire team and the university and everybody who's present in the room is to also step up, come forward with some of those innovative projects around climate and do work with Youth of India and let them know. And we are happy to look at that as next year's investments as well. With that, Shailesh, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, if anyone from the audience has any questions for ma'am, they will be asked.
Shilpa, I think you have been very nice with everything that you have shared. Thank you so much for joining in with us. But even you're on the roads, thank you so much once again, Shilpa, for all your support.
Thank you. And yeah, thank you. And when as the Solar Blazer project transforms in the next couple of months, I'm sure you'll see the transformation of what we are trying to do and achieve. And we request all of you to be around, spread that message all over, be part of it. It takes a lot of effort to do something like this outside of your regular routine. All that I would want to encourage as a corporate and representing Salesforce today is to also make that sincere effort as a continuous thing. It's not going to be easy, and it will never be. So we should all kind of figure out a way to continuously invest a little bit of our time to such innovative projects and also join hands as part of volunteering as well. We begin small, but I'm sure the impact that we're going to make across the country is going to be huge. So let's all appreciate that and take care of our future as well. Thank you, Shailesh, for having me over. And my apologies for not being able to join over video.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you all.
I would like to call guidance that Krishna Sharma is looking mind with social science and liberal arts in Latin. Very good morning to one and all present viewers. Respected officiating vice president and Dean Speaking Manipal Institute of Medical Sciences, Speaking Manipal University, Dr. Muralidhar P. Pai, founder member Mr. Salesh of Youth of India, dignitaries of today's program. We're discussing today as a panelist and all my dear students and faculty members. It gives me immense pleasure to stand here and address this august gathering. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to our collaboration that is being done with the Youth of India Foundation, which is registered as Youth Lead Movement and has also showcased their talent in United Nations General Assembly. And also World Foundation United Nations Association, a global non-profit organization which supports youth and led investors and work towards United Nations missions worldwide. And also, of course, our collaboration with City Manipal University with the Faculty of Humanities, Social Science and Liberal Arts, wherein we offer courses for BA, BCom, ME and MCom. So this particular discussion that is going to be held by the panelists will be helpful not only for the students of BA, but it is also going to be helpful for the students of BCom because we Yeah, that is something which is, which is something, which is, directly related with, commerce students, okay? And, I'm, glad that today's discussion is going to be on sustainable development, on, environmental protection, because recently we've seen the disaster that have, we've, gone through, we've experienced that, when, we were, it flooded, okay? The flowers that we get experienced. And all these things is because of what we did not protect. It is where we, lacked. And students from bachelor's as well as from postgraduate, these people, they can write papers and these research articles can be a medium to express themselves to protect the environment. You can work on this particular aspect as your research papers. You can come up with with your views on this so that your contribution is also being made in the society. Because for the students of humanity, especially the laboratory, we do not have a stipulated laboratory. The world, the wide environment is our laboratory. For social sciences, society, environment is the laboratory, and for other social societies, the is the laboratory where we who are experimenting. So if you go on with this particular concept, your work will be recognized. You can publish that in renowned journals so that they can be some kind of policy change. The administrations also know about it. They can be some returns made. Your contribution can be appealed that way. So with this, I would like to extend my warm welcome to the panelists who will be speaking little while, and then to, of course, thank you to our officiating vice chancellor for being part of this particular organization. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. I want to express the sincere appreciation for your activity and insightful speech delivered today. It is with great pleasure and anticipation that we are here today to welcome our esteemed panel of experts to this insightful session. Their wealth of knowledge and diverse perspectives from the biggest event both informative and thought-provoking. Now, without any further delay, I would like to call one by one our panelists for the day. Our first panelist is Mr. Sudeep Pradhan. He is an entrepreneur, philanthropist, motivator, volunteer, rescue personnel, and a social worker. He is currently holding the position of executive director at Numalica Refinery Limited, Global Enterprise in the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Mr. Pradhan has received the title of social worker for the year 2022 in the state of Sikkim. Mr. Pradhan has worked and trained with NSW Rural Fire Services, world's largest voluntary organization, and state emergency services in Sydney, Australia. With his education, great network, professional work ethics, and strategic style experiences, his contribution to social work has spread among other places also, Assam, West Bengal, and in his native state, Sikkim. He has also some contributions in Sydney, Australia, where he was based there for years. He is therefore much cherished as a very honest, hardworking, friendly, and kind individual. Our second panelist is Mr. Prajwal Rajvi. Mr. Rajvi was elected as the Ashoka Young State Mayor for India in 2006. Since this time, he has been involved with many social organizations and forums. During the COVID-19 pandemic, started a forum to collect data from all the people in need and circulated it to various states. With the help of a network of entrepreneurs, he was affiliated with and worked as an emergency coordinator with the guidance of Chief Minister of Sikkim. The team was active in 21 states in India and helped more than 1,000 patience in early days. Thank you so much, sir, for setting such a remarkable example of humankind. Additionally, Prajwal also runs Riva Clothing and initiatives that seeks to promote indigenous art and culture of 200 plus sites in northeastern region of India. Our third panelist is Mr. Arpan Sharma. Mr. Arpan is independent scientist, author, and social worker who applies artificial intelligence to environmental monitoring and solving cyber risks. He holds a master's degree in environmental science and ecology from Nalanda University and is pursuing a PhD in similar interdisciplinary field at City Manipal Institute of Technology, where he works as a senior research fellow. He is also the founder of Scientific Monk, a popular website that explores the intersection of science, spirituality, and life. He has published multiple articles, books, and podcasts on topics ranging from glaciology to remote sensing applications. He is a distinguished student of our American Physical Society and a recipient of the Education and Research Program from Planet Lab Incorporation. He is motivated by his curiosity, creativity, and compassion to make a positive impact on the world. Our next panelist is Mr. Anmol Thakkar. He is the founder of the EcoBag City. Has done his master's in science and forestry. The EcoBag is a startup based in Sikkim, developed in the year 2022. EcoBag leads the manufacturing of compostable carry bags, garbage bags, and grocery bags. The society today has been too much dependent on single-use plastic, and there is no way to reduce it. So they have come up with a simple solution to reduce it, which is by switching to compostable that aims to create an environment which is sustainable and plastic-free. Our next panelist is Ms. Deepa Sharma. She has been working in the Department of Commerce, Faculty of Human Humanities, Social Science, and Liberal Arts since 6th April. She is also pursuing PhD in Finance from the Department of Commerce, Manipal Academy of Higher Education. She has published papers in reputed journals and has attended multiple conferences and seminars in India. Her research areas include finance, corporate, social responsibility, and corporate governance. Now, I would like to call our team members from the Foundation to felicitate the panelists. So, I would like to call on team members to present a moment of appreciation to our panelists. Our first panelist is Mr. Sudhir Pradhan. Mr. Prajwal Reddy. Mr. Arpan Sharma. Mr. Anmol Thankar. Ms. Deepa Sharma. I would now like to call our first panelist, Mr. Sri Pradhan of the Diet, to enlighten us on the topic.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Does everyone want to come? The station? I see few people walking out of the station. Today, more one. Okay. I think it's better we leave now. Otherwise, we'll just have some disturbance. Thank you, Mr. Salis, for inviting me. I'm Sridhar and all the panelists and their faculty and all the students. It is my pleasure to be in this panel discussion today. Yeah,
In silence.
I see all of your faces, young, dynamic, the future of the nation. I wanted to hear something from us, which is really nice. And I believe all of you are not from science. As Madam said, from humanities and commerce. And I was a humanities as well. But I'm deeply associated with renewables. It's not necessary or have to be in science, but in the engineering as well. I've been working closely with hydrogen and biofuel, which is one of bioethanol, cozy bioethanol, which is being made from bamboo in Assam in collaboration or joint venture with the Phoenix company. Phoenix is a very small country. And when I went there, I see it's called really young. I think Finland is not as big as India, but just the patent and technology, it's 50% of 40 to 100 crore projects, which is a humongous amount. And I wanted my dear students and faculty as well, exposed to come up with any sort of kind of technologies so that the government has the potential of spending or in, even giving startup. The Prime Minister himself has a vision of eradicating fossil fuel in India in the near future, and I wanted all my dear students to come up with something new rather than going into old technology. And Sikkim has, I think, a lot of potential. And the managing director and I think chief of Sikkim Product Corporation visited my office a few months back to start a green hydrogen plant in Sikkim. And invited us to spread our invest some capital joint venture in Sikkim. And we have told about it, and I wanted my dear students, all of you can go through this type of technology, and if you all are ready to come up with any sort of thing, we are ready to chiefs of all as well. Because government of the state has a lot of, money and, even the plan director that said that we would be working this something in terms of, energy as well. And I think, because of, Tesla, Elon Musk, when very young people will people of billionaires and also research, the research company solved. And also, mm, as started Tesla, solar, which I think we were talking about solar, everything. So it is the technology which is, it's very prominent these days. I'm also closely, I, look into this sort of things and, in Australia, also this Tesla has done very well. The solar energy is not great. And now I'm also working on seeking to bring CBG, focused biogas plant, which we're investing about 29 crores. And after full decision, so provision our bid that. We will do that and we will get. And government of India has mandated about 200 CBG plants in India across India. So, very good thing that I will go in my years, this is to come up, regarding this project and if you want any help in this sort of development, I'll be ready to exchange your because I belong, to this place and obviously I work for the nation. I was in Finland last year and I see, our students and scholars are so much, intuitive about these new things. They came up with 7 of the bamboo biopolys, which they wanted us to sponsor. And, I said, let me go to my country and see if people are interested in our place. And then I, using it for, motivate people across the nation and I've been closely associated with Northeast. And we just recently, I was in Kajiran University. And I was talking to them and I said, so bamboo is here and you can't from out of the single product of bamboo and I will to Finland and they came out with 7%. That is the bioeconomic service. So I was very surprised. So I told him, I need one project from you within a week. So we'll invest on that. So they came out with a, within 4 days, they came up with a, wind energy project and we have mandated, 3 crores of investment in it. So I wanted, my dear students, from Nepal also and, the faculties to kindly, do some research and development and we have, potential this scheme. So if you can come out with something, we'll definitely look into the matter and we'll, be happy to, uh, finance on it. And government of India has mandated, so we are very positive and, it is our duty to responsibility to do, but, kindly, what is your time, kids? I know, I've gone through your, ages and I know we were very much not into those something, but after my studies and I was supposedly, going through this sort of projects. So you have time, you have, people guiding you. So anytime if you have anything, please let me know. I'll be around. You can WhatsApp me or you can email me. I'll be there. Thank you.
The unique perspective and the great life to the event. Now, I will request the second panelist in the paper ready to throw light on this topic.
Hi everyone, a very good afternoon. And first of all, I'd like to thank the youth of India Foundation, Mr. Shailesh, and Brother Kanaya, for like inviting me as a panelist over this wonderful event regarding this activity. So, uh, we are from Sikkim. I personally is from Sikkim. I'm from Sikkim. Sir is from Sikkim. The panelist from Sikkim. I did. Somewhere from the Norway and somewhere from the other part. But being a Sikkimese, like I am the proudest one because I can proudly say that out of 70 SDGs goals, we have already eliminated two of those, right? No poverty and uh, no hunger. And even the quality education in Sikkim also has been a wonderful thing. And the SDGs goal is to eliminate those 17 goals by 2030. And we are really proud to be in Sikkim and we are already working on it and we have been already eliminating it down. And another thing I want to highlight is like everyone says Sikkim is an organic state, right? Not only in Sikkim, not only in India. This organic state has been more powerful, like a weapon kind of thing for Sikkim. Anywhere you go, oh, Sikkim, the organic state and all. So this organic state has like come from the our forefather generation. So it's a traditional farming method, right? So before 100, 200 years ago, we were already working towards this goal. So we should be proud of that. And we worship mountains, right? We worship mountains, we worship rivers and all. So that is a traditional thing. That is how we have been connecting with the energy. Likewise, I think Sir was saying that energy is everywhere, right? And I hope like what we are contributing, what we are doing is for the mother nature. And we are taking nothing from this world and we have borrowed this world from the past generation and we have to give this world to the future generation. So we have to think for this. And I want to advise everyone that like the recent law, right? Glacial outpost has been took place in Sikkim and it has damaged the whole that river bed of Sikkim from North Sikkim, Chungthang to probably till Siliguri itself. So what I think is that we are responsible for this globe. Not only we, the people sitting in the European country, the people sitting in the United States, all are responsible for this globe. Because this is because of climate action, right? Climate change. And we should be aware of this. And we should contribute as much as we can in this like climatic justice and all. So I am professionally I am entrepreneur. I work with some of the organizations like Asuka. Asuka is an organization. It's in 19 countries in the world. Its headquarters is in London, and our Southeast Asia head office is in Bangalore. So there's like what to say, there is an event show called the Change Maker. Okay? And I was lucky to have one on the Change Maker in 2022. But there is also Osaka Fellow, which guide us to make sustainable things and like contribute to the economy of society with the change making skills and all. So I have seen like there are so many students who will graduate in next 1 to 2 years or maybe next year, right? So there will be a question in your mind like whether I should go with this degree thing, working for a corporate or anywhere, or some will start an initiative. And we have seen so many trends in upcoming like upcoming new world, right? But I love one thing, and that connects everyone, and that is so called the sustainable thing. Every business is taking up sustainable goals. Every like corporate are more serious about this SDGs goals and all those things. And as an entrepreneur, we solve the problem of people, but from now we have to solve the problem of nature. So that is so called the social entrepreneur, and we can contribute to the nature itself, right? And one thing, like I'm also a guest faculty of NT University Gwalior. So last time when I was taking class, I'm second year, actually I want to utilize this platform because lots of young generation are hearing for. Like I am fortunate to be here, by the way. So I want to utilize this platform like 1 year back. I was into mental health issues. Okay? I have been diagnosed with agoraphobia. So what agoraphobia is, like fear of being in public. I couldn't come to a public, okay? So I started my entrepreneurship 2016 years old. I was kind of extrovert person, but I fear of being in public, and that irritated me a lot. So I want to like urge everyone in this age, like we've all been through this mental health issues and all. Even the WHO has mentioned epidemic as a loneliness, right? So I think we have to take care of our mental health first. Though we can take care of our nature. And please prioritize yourself, prioritize your mental health. Then we can contribute the whole to the nature. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you. Now, I will request my third panelist, Mr. Arpan Sharma.
When I was listening to Prabhu, I was thinking whether he is like 21 years old or 40 years old back. So we have that maturity, that level of maturity every youth should have, right? But what I see is in youth is we are lacking in understanding basic things itself. Okay, so I'd like to start with this basic thing about climate change first. Okay, how many of you are aware of greenhouse effect? No one. Greenhouse gases. Anyone? No one. So if we don't understand what is greenhouse effect, how we are going to understand what is renewable energy, what is climate change? This is the biggest problem of 21st century. We are not aware of all these things. And tripling of renewable energy, it will eventually fail if you are not aware of all these things. Okay, brother was talking about this geological fluid thing, right? How it happened, how climate change happened, how the temperature has risen more than 1 degree since 18th century last. So this thing we need to understand. Okay, अभी तो विंटर तो आ गया है सबके पास मतलब जैकेट वगैरह है राइट I can speak in Hindi, right? Okay. So during night, I think you are able to take comfortable nap with 1 or 2 blankets, right? What happens when someone keeps on adding those blankets? You get suffocated, right? This is what is happening in Earth since 1800s. What is happening is we are adding extra layer of this greenhouse gases, which is making Earth hotter and hotter. Okay, the greenhouse gas, it was supposed to keep Earth just like warm only. Okay, so without greenhouse gas, also will suffer from severe coldness. Okay, some good level of greenhouse gases, it will keep Earth warm. But what we have done through industries, like post-industrial revolution, things have started. So the temperature has risen more than 1 degree Celsius. It's a huge thing. 1 degree rise is a huge thing. Water like ice melts at 0 degree itself. This is basic science. I think everyone knows about it, right? You know, right? Anyone? Yeah. So it melts at 0 degree. And what is so obviously there is formation of glacial lakes. In Sikkim, there are more than 1,200 glacial lakes. You might have heard that there are like 14 critical glacial lakes. Our Lona was one of them. Yeah, it was predicted. Lona Lake. It was like my master's dissertation. In 2018, I did work on Lona Glacier also. So it is melting rapidly. So climate change impact it is completely visible in city. And we will be the one to suffer worse. So it is the worst thing because we live in the present ecosystem. Okay. So what is the solution for all this? One of the solution is obviously renewable energy. Fossil fuel, burning of fossil fuel like diesel and all, it emits more greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. So that's why we talk about green hydrogen. Okay. Basically, green hydrogen is something used for the energy purpose, but it should be made up of renewable energies only, like solar, hydropower, wind energy. It should be made from all this. Okay, there are concepts like blue hydrogen, pink hydrogen, yellow hydrogen, gray hydrogen. Okay, I think you can explore all this later on because it is very vast concept. Like you have to understand everything technically if you want to go into detail. Okay, so what is happening? We have first we need to understand basic system. Okay, now how we are going to solve it? So people of different nations, they thought like this only, how we are going to solve. And in 1972, the Stockholm conference happened. Okay. So in the Stockholm conference, there was it was combination of developing and developed nation. What happened is developing nation it always seeks energy to fulfill its demands. It is poor, okay. There is it has pressure to rise. Economy has to be it has to grow. So developing nations they argue like okay we don't want all these things. It's like nothing. ये सब नहीं चलेगा. ठीक है तो डेवलपिंग नेशंस एक आर्ग्यूमेंट ऐसे ही मतलब फॉर्म हो रहा था उसके बाद क्या हुआ लोगों ने डिसाइड किया कि हम लोग मतलब हम लोग को सिर्फ इन्वायरमेंट को फोकस नहीं करना चाहिए हम लोग को सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट पर फोकस करना चाहिए राइट सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट चार पिलर्स पर बना है जैसे इन्वायरमेंट को भी करना है सोशल भी करना है इकोनॉमिक भी करना है और ह्यूमन भी मतलब ह्यूमन का भी डेवलपमेंट जरूरी है राइट तो इसमें कल्चर भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है तो ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट की बात आती है तो कल्चर भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है बीसी सर बोल रहे थे मतलब हम लोग तो नेचर वर्शिपर्स थे एक्चुअली में हम लोग पहले मतलब वी वर्शिप नेचर राइट actually I happen to be an author also my book Avatars of Brahma it was published by Penguin Random House India recently you can buy it from Amazon so this book basically explores Indian philosophy stories of founders of Indian philosophy like Sankhya, okay, like atomism, like Ayurveda. So it explored the stories of these founders with their philosophy. We need to understand that हम लोगों को मतलब इकोसेंट्रिज्म से इकोसेंट्रिज्म में आना है हम लोग को अगर मतलब रिन्यूएबल एनर्जीज को डेवलप करना है क्लाइमेट चेंज को सॉल्व करना है तो हम लोग ईगो से करना इको में आना पड़ेगा इको सेंट्रिक व्यू आना पड़ेगा तो ये नेचर वर्शिप का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है अगर वो आ जाता है लाइक हमारे मन में आ जाता है तो हम लोग ऑब्वियसली ये सब चीजों को सॉल्व कर पाएंगे तो आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे like why we are discussing all this at this moment we have to make a career पैसा कमाना है फैमिली बनाना है बच्चे बनाने हैं है ना okay but all these things it is for our future generation और it is for our future हम लोगों को फ्यूचर के लिए ही ये सब कुछ करना है जैसे मतलब अब यूनिवर्सिटी शिकागो का एक इनिशिएटिव है क्लाइमेट सिस्टम्स इंजीनियरिंग करके इसमें भी मैं मतलब थोड़ा बहुत उनसे कांटेक्ट में हूँ देखो क्या कर रहे हैं क्लाइमेट चेंज को मतलब मिटिगेट करने के लिए डिफरेंट सिस्टम्स बना रहे हैं वो सिस्टम्स क्या होता है बेसिकली रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी का ही है इसमें आपको रिसर्च करना है और मतलब रिसर्च में आपको सिंपल से रिन्यूएबल मिलेगा राइट आपको मतलब पेट पालने के लिए तो मिल ही जाएगा ना और जॉब का तो वैसे भी बहुत प्रॉब्लम है कि नहीं क्योंकि इतना ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन है ना देश का पॉपुलेशन इंडिया में मतलब ओवर पॉपुलेशन का भी एक शिकार है, मानते हैं कि नहीं ये चीज, राइट? तो मतलब ऐसे ही करना पड़ेगा हम लोगों को। पहले का जो है मतलब हम लोगों की साइंस फिलॉसफी है, उसको लेकर आगे कनेक्ट करना है। कनेक्ट करेंगे तभी जाके हम लोग कुछ अंदर से समझ पाएंगे, अंदर से हम लोग को और सबसे पहले तो यही बेसिक चीजें समझना है। ओके, कुछ है अगर पूछना चाहते हैं तो पूछ सकते हैं।
So we have a quick session at the end.
ओके ओके, I'll take a question at the end only, okay?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Let me start with the Sir, listening to you. The way you introduced the basics of climate change was commendable. Also, thank you for recommending such a nice book which very helpful. Now, it was possible for them to be figured. Now, I request our next panelist, Mr. Anmol Thakur, to
Good afternoon. Firstly, I would like to thank Youth of India for inviting me to this wonderful discussion. And coming straight to the point, I was quite shocked to know that like none of you know about greenhouse gases. Seriously. I was like really shocked. I could feel I was looking at Silas and I was like, what, where did I come to? Seriously. I don't know, I prepared something and I don't know from where to start. So I'm sure you guys know, and I know the you're like you don't feel so much confident to talk and all. I was at your place and I see people walking outside, and when I was sitting over there, I could see a group of guys. Oh, last time the cool boy, shut up. That was quite funny because I could see myself in that place. 5 to 6 years back, I was in the same place. So coming straight to the point, uh, we have come here to discuss about tripling of renewables, right? So do you guys have any idea what renewables was by the day? Anyone? Nobody. So renewable source of energy is like solar energy, wind energy, right? Hydroelectricity. Come on, yes, Sikkim has so much land. And uh, okay, then I'll just start with whatever I have prepared. Okay, so it was a discussion about something like this shifting of renewables. So G20 nation, they are placed to triple up renewables also finally, right? So basically, the main factor for this is to limit the climate change because climate change is happening in a going at a very fast rate. I think it's going at 1.5 degrees centigrade for as of now, right? So to limit it to 1.5 degrees centigrade, the global 20 nations have pledged to global 20 nations have pledged to limit climate change up to 1.5 degrees centigrade by the end of the year 2030. So how can we do it? See, the government has come up with a lot of programs like National Solar Mission, like National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem, the National Action Plan of Climate Change. It was launched in the year 2008, and the Solar Mission was launched in the year 2010. And we are thinking, I don't see like much solar panels installed in most of the households also. So I think youth today should
like take up something renewable methods to generate energy, right? So so there is a goal that renewable energy production would be up to 3,600 gigawatt as of 2023, and by 2030 it should be 11,000 megawatt. And how can we do this? How can the youth help in it? How can you guys help it? See, what I think is, firstly, it comes to carbon footprint. Anyone knows what carbon? I don't think you know what carbon footprint is. It is the amount of greenhouse gases and methane generated by your actions. Like if you grow your vegetables at your home garden, then you have lesser carbon footprint. And if you buy from somewhere else, then you have more carbon footprint. Okay, so I have a friend of mine who has done his research in carbon sequestration in the state of Sikkim. Okay, so I'm a forestry graduate also. I've done my master's in forestry, in agroforestry, to be precise. And according to his research, I'm sure you guys know the Devali Chotan area, right? So the amount of carbon emitted by all the carbon emissions from Gangtok, the that forest area from Devali Chotan, you can observe the amount of carbon from there. So lastly, it comes onto planting of more trees. And when you plant more trees, see, there are various methods you can find it on YouTube, on the internet while doing carrying out plantations and all. There are methods like agroforestry where you can grow trees and crops in the same field, and hydroponic systems, aeroponic systems. There are a lot of scope. And what I want to tell our youth is that when you know the waste produced by us, first of all, you should start with segregating it. The wet waste should be segregated and the dry waste should be segregated. And there is a composter, you can get it online also, you get it for 5 to 6,000, and you can compost the wet waste and produce manure, and you can even sell it. So when you produce manure, you can use it during plantations and all, right? And so about 135 countries have promised to create an enhanced renewable energy across the world. Okay, and only few are taking major steps. And India and China themselves are they are doing of around 50% of it. So I think what I see, the government themselves can't do it. We have to, the youth and the government should come together, right? You guys should, when you come and work with the government and the policy makers, then we can make a change. So when I was researching about this green hydrogen, it's somewhat like green hydrogen is something like water is broken into hydrogen molecules. Okay, and the hydrogen is used for electricity and all, and you can use it for transportation, EVs, and etc. So we have such so many dams of Sikkim. So what I think would be for what I think is that we could install solar panels in the northern part of Sikkim, right? And we could generate electricity, and we can use the electricity if we start doing, if one of you start doing it, then, and if everyone does it, then we will produce so much energy that it will be so efficient for us, and it will be, we can sell it also. So green hydrogen is something, see, when we say green eco, it's also great, right? When I marketed, when I started my the eco bags, it's a compostable bag. So I didn't have to do much of marketing because it said eco, and people say, oh, this is eco friendly, so they started using it, right? So when you use words like green, eco,
then we can make so much sense. When we actually start doing it, when we start doing green plantations, doing something about forest and all, then we could make a lot of things. Thank you.
Last but not the least, I will request the only lady of our panelists, Ms. Deepa Sharma, to enlighten us with her words. Thank you, sir. First of all, very good afternoon to all the panelists, the organizers, and the guest students. I have my name as well. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the students of present here because I'm so proud to be that you are here and listening to the panel. So, I'm sure that you have gathered so much information that definitely going to help you. And it's also going to give you a lot of information about the things. This is very important in today's world for people. Actually, meeting a panel member is like a surprise thing for me because yesterday only actually I was talking to the business analyst, the founder of India, about the event and all, and he told me that while we were discussing that we came across things like my study and teaching and all. So I happen to tell you that my area of my research is actually CSR, which is corporate social responsibility. So when I told him about it, so he was like, okay, but now we have to speak tomorrow. So I was like, kind of not prepared for the panel and never been part of a panel discussion like this. Obviously, I've been lectures and conferences, seminars and all, but never been like part of a panel like this. So I was not aware of my duty as a panelist. But after listening to the panel members here, some of them are very young and so dynamic, and the way they spoke and the passion that they showed actually motivated me also. Because you learn so much from the young generation, like when they're qualified for it, suppose of the public university. So it's so important that you learn from the young people nowadays, and sure as we know about greenhouse and all other things. Just that the students here are very shy and it's our responsibility and we are also trying to motivate them so that they are not so shy. So that is something we try to do. And also, one more thing like regarding the topic at hand, even like for instance, and how can also other scientific terms which are used. And also not those here with the matters like the more positive or anything of those matters. My area of knowledge and forest is so I have done research on forest. So many of the things we have discussed here, I have studied this is the body of research that I am doing. So basically my research is focused on the corporation, the company, and what are the practices that they have to follow or they are following in India. This is the body of their environmental social responsibility. So the other students here, they must be knowing about the master that in India we have a mandated corporate social responsibility. It means that every listed company and such corporate companies they have to spend at least 2% of their average net profits in the responsibility of the CSR practices. It is mandatory context in India and it is like special thing because India is one of the first countries where it has stipulated a amount that is invested and also it has given a list of the areas in which the investment has to be done. So the companies that in 2013 actually not only talk about the amount that is invested in the car, but also gives out the list of where that money should be invested. So the list that is there in Schedule 7, the list talks about the investment in education, infrastructure, development, community, and the environmental people, the environmental protection, climate change, all those things. So I was also quite happy to know that this is an event which is under the CSR, the CSR mission of the company. And I'm so happy that this event also takes place. I was not aware of it when we not in India. And it is the first city, so I'm very happy to be a part of that as well. So these kind of events also is a part of the company's CSR strategy of the CSR policy. So I think this kind of event is very, very important, especially for our students who are mostly on the first year students like yours. So these students have taken admission like 1 month back. So they are also the new for surroundings for our university. That's why I think they are very shy now because they are such a new students of our university. So I think it's a very big boost to your And it's very important platform, through which you are able to learn about all these terms. And I'm sure that when the young people like that, like the analysts speak about the national environment and the their children is entrepreneur as a change activities. So I am sure that some of the students are also motivated and want to learn more about it. So I'm so happy that this event is my university and I think the Youth of India Foundation for organizing and sponsoring this event. I'm so happy that all the events are done. Also, I'm trying to take the opportunity here to mention about our ex-student, Mr. Kanai. I don't know my name. And he said in the back actually he is our former student. He was ex-student of our department of he is a former student, he studied in BCom, he qualified in the year 15 years, 2015, and now he's a part of the Youth of India Foundation. So you can see, what your a student who comes from this university, he is a part of the foundation, he talks about environment, conservation, and so much what matters. So I think you have also can be in that position. So I'm sure that you should take more experience for you as well, because I was not aware that this is a part of this foundation. And I'm so proud of you also our for society and environment, which is actually very, very important for the country that we live in. So with this, I want to end this small speech. So I hope you all get some positive good things from this whole panel discussion in this event. And I wish everybody a very good day. Thank you so much. Now, the table is open for questions. Is there any questions? First up, create a barrier of public speaking and they can work
Ano language mo so that one, the Nepali.
I think I don't know what from not asking anything. I'm not working. So same thing. Come up with something. And when you are doing sales, I will see the biggest creation the sales in office. Sit down and talk about it. And so you are doing that in the so we have incubated this in hotel incubation center in SR. So anything you've got any project, let me know. It will definitely. We've got a program called IPS, which we're spending about 25 every year. So like last year we did Auto Himalaya, against something, and one urban that is from I think from Tripura. A couple of them. So if you have any sort of project, sir, I'll be happy to anytime.
Thank you.
Just let me know. Madam, CSR projects. I've been doing a lot of security now. Please cover the numbers now. I'm not going to. Yes, sir.
Maybe then you can ask what is the meaning of this term tripling of renewables? You know? Anybody has heard about the term tripling of renewables? You have heard about the term? So some countries can explain, but even I was confused about it. Thank you.
I think you have done, you can speak, but I want to.
I don't know, I'm not so sure about tripling of labels, but I think as I said, G20 nations have pledged to triple the renewable. So renewable energy is produced, right? It's being produced. But to impact climate change, to keep it at 1.5 degrees centigrade by 100 years, so I think we should triple up the production of renewable source of energy. I think that's good, right?
Yes. Since this there was the dam break this time. So I request all of you to go through a micro hydro turbines, which you can do it in small scale. So I think, you, guys can just look at it and see. It's very, successful in Japan as well. So if any one of you would want to go ahead, we will be happy to have on that.
Actually, I want to ask a question in behalf of all the students. Actually, I belong to the SMU, okay? What is the career opportunity for these students in the renewable sector? Like, if you can enlighten them, it would be great.
All of you sitting there are the right people to answer that. And I was rather very impressed sitting on this side and listening to all of your stories. A lot of these panel discussions when it happens, I'll come back to what you asked us first. But I really wanted to make this comment because a lot of times when panel discussions happen, we just talk. And unfortunately, we don't lead to any output. But with this panel discussion, which all of us also did envision, I was so glad that Sudeep is sitting here, Sudeep sir sitting here. He said that, boss, if you want money, I will give it to you. Just come with a plan. And I think that is the kind of leadership, Satish.
It's not only about money. It is about the mandate. Here, as Madam said, government has mandated to 2% of the state funds should be utilized. And we have other compulsory mandates also for the government. Even for the climate change, for and that will be 200 cities supported biogas for the nation. And it is a lot of money. 29 crores for a lot of money. So I think our youth should get into it. And one that I think we treat it and we have a good thing. That is the best thing what God said.
Now, according to what you asked, right, all of you are being fabulous in your field. And I think this is one of those panel discussions. And while I was in MD Mark yesterday in Kanai with a former student of this university. He said, when I was here for 3 years in the college, and Sikkim as a state really has promoted its culture and has not lost with its culture. And that is what everyone talked about today. We don't have to learn anything from the West. We have to look back to our grandparents and grandmothers' story and we'll get all the answers. And I was so glad that this panel discussion, if anything came out, was this very foundational fact. Now, according to what you asked, I think I don't even have to answer because Sudeep sir answered it himself. Yeah. Opportunities are enormous. I say this to the world. Our foundation fortunately got registered on the Valentine's Day of 2019. And for us, the Valentine is Youth of India. And I say this with responsibility that as young people get this plan, that love is in air. I say this, innovation in India is in air. Like when we go for renewables, the world is waiting to listen to the stories. So all we have to do is go to develop a project which comes under the mandate, go to Sudeep sir, present it, and he can also give us the technical guidance. And the best part was that while our very friend Prajwal mentioned about young people in the panel, I say that Sudeep sir is also young. He's senior young and we are young and young. But no, Arpan, I think that's exactly what I feel. The world wants young people in green skilling. While we skilled 10,000 people in green skills, 3,000 of them are already employed. The LinkedIn report says that only 1% of the graduates know what green skilling is, either in solar or in green hydrogen or in renewables, any form. So it is a vacant market. And the money is enormous. If you want to earn money and do good, get into green skilling. And I'm telling you, you all love it.
And one more thing, Lata, I think that as you said, we want something more. You're very much right. Because Lata has got 30,000 elected women to put in solar concept. And we are in one of the young ventures for people. There are big solar plants across India. Why not ask? And saying if someone for building development here, I think any of the things, like I have Renewables, to find out how to start from other information center, this is like the find out is there to know it. And you do sort of things, and we will find there's a lot of money. Um, uh, so we should use it properly. Not for like this long, but we can come up with some pilot projects about it. And anything your expertise or your experience, I think one should think good and think about it.
Sir, if I may make a comment quickly on one very important thing, by which lot of opportunities came up. How many of you like gold? I like it. How many of you like gold or want gold? All of us want it, right? Okay, lot of us may not want it. Now, from this cell phone, sir, I'm also an advisory board for a company based out of India. Now, this company collects all the waste phone from everyone, and ACs and refrigerators, and they take out gold from this. And you will imagine that the net worth of gold that this company has is only of 1,000 crores from the waste. So, this is a kind of opportunity, like a plastic bottle you see, that is not a plastic bottle. It is from wheat fiber and recycled plastics, twice recycled. Now, the cost of neem plant, you know the neem tree, right? That branches of the neem tree. I was in UN last year. Sir, 3 neem branches of 15 centimeter long. Just 3, 15 centimeter long. What will be the price? हम लोग तो प्राइस भी नहीं देंगे, we just break it and use it. Right? 15 centimeter 3 pieces in the UN headquarters is sold for $10, 800 rupees. So what we have to do is plant the neem tree, package it properly like an entrepreneur and sell it to the world and earn $10. And what is the cost? Because the mother nature is giving it for us. That is the cost and that is the earning. So I think if you are a business person, you know the rate of investment, you know the earnings, and you know the profits. Yeah, thank you.
I want to add one thing. Like, Sujit Solid for your experience of the college. And like when I was in college, right? So you get so see you get now we can get what is the like good your mathematics, but how to start going to the analyst student like we are saying it like like utilization of the so when sort of about giving money, everyone think of that money, right? But that money comes when you start something. And you don't have to make the MNC company to start something. Okay? You can just start like this. Like science mentioned this worker is there. And there's lot of opportunity to the Andre government. Even we are placed with the nature and flora and fauna of our state, Sydney as well as the north of India. So there are a lot of opportunity. We just need to see that opportunity. Just say South Dakota and the policy and the grant, India and yeah, they were just selling the air. Just go to company names go to that's oxygen, right? Chemistry go to chemical for the go to is oxygen. So they are just selling the oxygen can not. They only higher altitude region now. So there is a problem. You know, when you are in snow, region we find difficulty in breathing. So it's like a perfume, right? Perfume or a kind of we just have to take 1 to 2 shots, then the oxygen will refill. So that is a problem, and they find a solution. So they did start from the Bangalore, they did start from the Silicon Valley, They didn't start from the Delhi or they didn't start from the US. They started from the Canton itself. Their production is here in Canton itself. So it starts from big, like there are some problems you can come up with. So CSR, grants, whatever, start application, but you get the idea and people will invest in you. There is only one thing, if you start business or commercial business, nobody gonna come to you, like I'll invest in your business or something like that. So if you start something which is renewable, which is sustainable, and this is both the impact part as well, even government will come with the whole hand. I will support you. There is Atal Incubation Center in AIT under the City Manipal University only. So even my startup is incubated there. So you can go to AIC, it is the AIC Hotel Incubation Center, and there are lots of opportunities. I mean, Sikkim of Barcelona, there is like the gaps, your opportunities gaps. You are near the bridge for the something, bridge for the something. We don't know 80% of the thing going in the central level, right? Central ministry, 80% हाम्रो जस्तै यो sustainable development को fund grant means you don't have to repay back. Loan is you have to repay back, right? So this was the opportunity research. So you always be a seeker and be a good person. Like connect with nature, contribute to nature, and do good. Don't expect for the good here, and you will come good. Thank you.
Here from the audience, any questions? Panelists? Please let go and have questions. Okay. So I would like to thank the audience for hearing us. So we have distributed all our participant participation. It has been put on a recycled paper. Also, you have received two cards. One is a privilege card provided by the Indonesia Foundation. It has privileges in more than 60 outlets, including Bharat Nature across the country. And you have received the other card. It has a seed inside it. You can put this card inside a soil and it will grow into a juicy plant. So that to this discussion, all of you, not to discuss, but each one of you become a part of the youth of India and take active one action with us who wants to keep the green state for education. Thank you. Connect and dance and what the others say about
I don't know why.
नमस्ते हमने ईरान को and I student of this college. But I like to say that I am glad to be back at my college after 7 years. Like when we were preparing for this today, and when I was coming towards seminar or from I was remembering all the memories shared in this building. In every corner of my class was in the same building. I left City Manipal University 7 years. When we decided to do this event panel discussion on youth accelerating on shifting of University Manipal University, we were talking with our team. I thought they might be thinking why City Manipal University so. I said them about the potential of the student of City Manipal as I have completed my studies from there. I know the faculty very well and how they use the young students of this college towards the field. And I am glad the World Recognized Foundation Youth of India, which is a partner of World Bank, part of United Nations, and part of the 20th final to City Manipal University. Just a week back, the first NGO to put in even the ISRO chairperson was Youth of India Foundation. Now I would not take long of making for. I would like to thank Aman and Raj, my colleagues, who supported me in every possible way to make this event a great success. I will thank our MC Muskan as he has done great today. I would like to thank Madan sir, who is not present there, but without him, this event would have been possible. I would like to thank the teachers
because of whom I'm able to deliver this vote of thanks for such a renowned foundation. And I would also thank ITC and everyone other person who made this event possible and made it successful, including the support staff. And a special thank to Vice Chancellor Sir, Dean Sir, Deepa Ma'am, Sridhara Ma'am. And how can I forget this day for providing me this great opportunity? He is the person behind all the success and the confidence behind me. I would also like to thank the young caretaker of the renewables who are leading this country towards sustainability. Thanks for giving your time and listening to success.
Send my heartfelt gratitude to the founder of Super India, Teresa House and Bakuna for their vision, dedication, and childhood support. I would also like to send my heartfelt gratitude to Kim Manipal University, who made us all to be where over 100 students were probably to take the future of India in the great state of India city itself.
And the panelists.
And the parents as well. Thank you. Have a good photo. So we can have a good photo now.
Your mobile.